I want to start, please, by welcoming some of our club personalities that are with us here tonight to help us with the presentations. First of all, we've Grainne McAlinden, club senior captain, established Grainne Megs football, highly decorated. Grainne is with us tonight to help us with the presentations. The next year was Captain of Barrai, Captain of the All-Ireland last year, lifting the Mary Queen Cup. She's a very distinguished football, played at all levels. Please put your hands together for Megs McAlinden. The next young footballer has had a tremendous year. He's just broke into our senior team. He's had some tremendous performances with them. He's won a college's All-Star, Declan Leathem, and he was an Armagh minor this year. Please put your hands together for Shea Heffron. And last but by no means least, our senior vice captain. He's represented Armagh. He's had a tremendous year with the club, and hopefully the many more. Please put your hands together for Declan Leathem. We're all on a journey here in Clonmel, and I have to say, to look at you perform this year has been one hell of an exciting journey. The standard that you've achieved as players and as teams and how you combine has to be seen to be believed. We've won an under 16 championship, the girls won an under 16 championship and under 16 league. And in other years we would have won more girls tournaments and championships. But thanks to some of the clubs in the county, they're putting their best foot forward, getting organised now. And you girls had tremendous battles with Shane O'Neill's to win this, and it was a thoroughly deserved victory, great result, and hopefully you'll all push on in the future. On the boys front, we won an under 14 championship and an under 14 league, an under 15 Oak Sport 7-a-side tour, the All County, and we're beaten in the Ulster final, and we won the Stanley Headley Cup. I had the good fortune to watch a lot of those games at different levels and different stages, and I think I can only say it makes me very proud to watch it. You play very well, and you're destined to do great things, boys. Destined to push on and do very, very well. I've been very impressed with how you've done it. I've been very, very impressed how you conduct yourselves, and I've been especially impressed with how you conduct yourself in defeat. You've all known defeat, even this year, so well done on all fronts. To you all, excellence in sport and excellence in life seem to go hand in hand. A lot of people can do both and well, do well in both, and I just hope that you all apply yourselves academically the way you apply yourselves sportingly, because you've all got very bright futures. Any one of you can attain anything you want. You're doing it in the sports field, and I'm sure you can do it in your studies as well. So I'd ask you to adhere to both. You come into a time of year where things are a wee bit slacker. Do plenty of core work and plenty of studying, you'll do okay. So players, thanks very much for tremendous effort this year, and look forward to more success, but more particularly just watching you develop. And I would ask that you have a goal that you push on and play for our senior team, and the goal here is to win senior championships, whether it's the Marie Hoy Trophy or the Jerry Fagan. Both senior championship trophies are named after Clonmel stalwarts, and someday I want to see the two of them sitting in this club side by side. That would be a nice goal. To the parents, thanks ever so much for what you've done all year. There's no knowing, I know myself, there's just no knowing what it takes getting some of them up, particularly when they push up a bit. It's getting them up on a Saturday morning in here for 8 o'clock is just not good fun. But There's never any qualms. They brought up the gears right, they presented well, and thanks very, very much for your efforts. Particularly since we've had to introduce the registration fee over the last number of years. Thanks very much for your response to that. It's a tremendous help in helping us in the club to run facilities as best we can and ensure that the teams are prepared as well as we can. So once again, thanks very much to the parents. To the coaches, running these teams, I'm not belittling any other team, is quite daunting, because any one of the 14 or 16 teams are expected to win, they expect to win, they want to win, everyone else expects them to win. And there's quite a lot of pressure goes with these jobs. It's something we try to address, we want to ensure everybody enjoys themselves, but these guys are undaunted, and both girls and fellas football. I want to thank you for your efforts, and I know the time you put in the field and the time you put in the games, it's only half of what you're putting in. The time spent ringing around during work and thinking about teams and one thing and another is tremendous. I can't say I begrudge it because I love doing it myself, so fair play to you, and it's nice when you're successful. And finally, I'd just like to thank Barrai, the new chairman of the football committee, and Gary Lavery, his assistant, who have done tremendous work this year trying to develop football and continuing to organise it and make sure it runs smoothly. They've done tremendous work in their first year, and I'd like to thank them and all the members of the football committee for the work they've done in organising the football all year and organising this night. So without further ado, I'll hand you over to Barry. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Just I'll go through the format of tonight here. Sometimes you take all this success for granted, but it is nice to just come up and mark it. You know, all these trophies here, they weren't all won by these teams, but they were won from partner teams between under 8 and under 16, girls and boys. We also have handball, and we'll be going through that as well. You know, so sometimes we take it for granted, so it's nice to come here tonight and just to recognise the achievement. So it is. So tonight here, this section here, we have under 14 and under 16 girls and boys. And we also have handball awards to give out. So we're going to give out Player of the Year and the Most Improved Player to come up to the stage. Anybody wants to come up and take a photo, you're more than welcome. And then we'll ask the teams to come up and stand in front of the stage as well to get a photo taken. So we will kick off with the under 14 girls. The under 14 girls this year were managed by Tommy Coleman, Ivori Coleman and Paula Murray. And I know myself from having watched them one night down in the field there playing Cross McLean. They played them at the start of the year and they got beaten, but they got them down in our field, and I know from speaking to Tommy the improvements that the young team made. And that really, as coaches, is all you want to achieve. You want to improve, you want to develop them, and I think they really did that this year. So a big thanks to the coaches for the under 12 or under 14 girls. The most improved, yeah. The most improved player of the year. This goes for any of the most improved players. I was speaking earlier about the younger ones. You know, anybody, it's all about practice, and any coach will tell you that. There's no secret to it. So the most improved girl this year in the under 14s was Amy Keenan. Well done, Amy. Player of the Year for the under, I'll just move on. Player of the Year for the under 14 girls this year. This girl's created quite a number of sports because I've seen her win awards at swimming and running and stuff like that. It's Kate Toe. But I just asked Paul, just at the front of the stage, we're going to do it here in front of the trophies. Well,
Sorry, Gary.
16 girls this year were managed by Tony Gallery and Helen McCambridge. And they had a tremendous season. They won the under 16 league and they won the under 16 championship in an epic game, beating Shane O'Neill's by a point. That's a fantastic achievement for the girls under 16, and no doubt there's some great stars of the future in that team there. The most improved player on the team, and I suppose it's very special to get an award in a team that's won the championship in a year. So the most improved player goes to Aisling Fagan.
Brilliant, thank you. Hold on a second.
And player of the year for the under 16 girls is Clodagh McCambridge. Up on the stage because we have their league and championship medals here. So if all the under 16 girls want to come up to get their league and championship medals. We'll move on now to handball awards. Bit of quiet there, boys. Bit of quiet there. We're moving on. Anybody who's known anything about the club over the last couple of years will have seen how successful we've been at handball. From All Ireland Championships, the Ulster Championships, and right up the World Championships. In this past year, I just have some notes here. We won, if you just listen to this here, no fewer than 10 Ulster titles, 2 All-Ireland titles, and another further 2 national titles. We dominated under 16 grade the girls 40 by 20 at both the Ulster and All-Ireland levels, which is very rare for one club. And in the one-wall game, we cleaned out all the girls' grades in the Ulster Championship, and any grade they entered in one wall. And I think it's fair to say, no matter where Clonard go now, in terms of handball, one of the first things all the other clubs are asking is Clonard here. The reputation is immense right throughout Ireland, so it is. In terms of the awards tonight, I know some of the girls aren't here, but I'm going to call out the girls that are due to get awards here, and I'm going to let you know what they won. The first 2 girls are Beth Dorrance and Maeve McCambridge, and they won the Ulster under 13 doubles colleges Ulster champions. I'm not sure if Beth and Maeve are here tonight, but if they are, come on, head on up girls and get your awards.
Thank you very much.
There's boxes there for
40x20 championships. They won the doubles. Under 16 they won the Ulster, and they also won the All-Ireland championships. So that's Alana Dorn and Aoife McConville. Sorry, those girls aren't here, so we'll get their awards through them. This girl that won the next award here, she's already won a football award tonight. Her family's name's synonymous with winning awards during the years with the club, but I'll just read you out what she did here. In colleges, she won the under 13 singles Ulster Championship. In the 40x20 championships, she won the under 13 Ulster Championships, and in one wall championship, she was under 12 singles Ulster champion. So she was, and that is Derva Coleman. This girl again, another road of honour that she's won this year. The 40x20 championships, she was the under 14 singles Ulster champion. The one ball championship, she was the under 14 singles Ulster champion. And in the 1-1 nationals, she won the 13 in Ulster national champion, and that's Megan McCann. And the last handball award, this girl here, again, another very, very impressive road of honour here. So it is, if you just listen to this here and just take this in colleges, she's a junior singles Ulster champion. In the 40x20 championships, under 16 singles Ulster champion, under 16 singles All-Ireland champion. In the one-wall championships, the under 16 singles Ulster champion. And in the one-wall nationals, 15 and under national champion. She also won Ulster GA Handball All-Star Award, Youth Female Player of the Year. And just as recently, there was a week or two ago, she was in the paper for winning the Grainne Sports Personality Award of the Year for minors. I think it's the first handballer, maybe the first from the GA to win that award. So, very, very impressive. Would you put your hands together, please, for Niamh Coleman? Of the football. We'll start with the under 14 boys. The under 14 boys this year, because of the numbers, we put two teams in. We put a team in Division 1 and a team in Division 3. And the coaches involved in the teams were as follows: Martin McConville, Gary McCreary, Gaggy McDonald, Anthony Breen, Barry Shannon, Ryan Campbell, Dan Barton, Finbar McDonald, Donal McCarthy, Noel McKeegan, and Denise McDonald. Nearly as many coaches as players. The team in the 3rd division this year was a massive success. What we were able to do this year was bring some under 12s into that squad, as well as a mix of the under 14s. They all got competitive football throughout the year. The player who's won the Most Improved Award, there's a nice wee story behind this player here, because he only came up at the start of the year. So he did. He ended up doing goals for the team, so he did. Showed great commitment throughout the year. And actually, he's here tonight even though he broke his collarbone 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's lucky it didn't happen during the season. But the Most Improved Player of the Year in the under 14 team, Division 3 team, was Michael Barrai. On the under 14 Division 3 team, and I know there'll be big things expected of this player next year because he's back at under 14 level, and he's really impressive young player for the future, was Keelan Kearney. this year was a fantastic successful year for the under-14s in Clonard, the boys. We won both the Division 1 League and the Division 1 Championship, and in doing so, we became the first club in North Armagh, not just from Clonard, but the first under-14 club from North Armagh to win those two titles. You think of the great footballers and the great teams that have gone through Lurgan and the various clubs, but none of them can say they've won an under-14 All-County League or Championship, but these boys can. A fantastic season and a fantastic achievement. Sometimes we take the achievements for granted, but we've got to really recognise that as an achievement. The most improved player, again, very, very special, supposed to get an award on a team that does achieve so highly. And this year, the most improved player, and I happened to see him myself throughout the season, and he really did come on, and he's got a great future. His young lad called Ian Scullion. And I'm sure, I was at quite a number of their games this year, and I'm sure for the management, it was a very hard one to pick because they had some fantastic players this year. And I'm sure if they could give it out to all these they would, because, as I say, a fantastic achievement. But the young lad that gets the Player of the Year award has come up through the club. He's a younger brother who's a very impressive player, coaching himself, and I think he could be getting up here getting awards in the years to come. His performance in the championship final was exceptional, and throughout the season. So, under 14 Player of the Year is Jack Haddock. All the under 14 team to get up and come up and get your league and championship medals, please. This year played in Division 1 in Armagh, qualified for Division 1A. They were unlucky in the championship, but I know a lot of the players have developed really well throughout the year. Again, I've seen this team myself during the year, and they made great strides. They won the Stanley Heavy Cup, so they did. And and the under 15 boys, which I'll come on to, won the Oak Sport. If we start with the most improved player in under 16s, again a player who's been through the club, has come up right through the ranks, is obviously putting in the practice and putting in the effort, and that player is Niall McCarthy. For the under 16s, again another great prospect for the club. He was brought onto the Armagh development squad this year, so no doubt he'll go forward and push on. He's equally as good at hurling as he is at football, and the player of the year this year for the under 16s is Michael Dorn. Our under 15 team, it's a 7-a-side tournament. The under 15 and they played the Oak Sport. Not only did we win the Armagh title, but we got right through to the Ulster final. Played against some real established clubs right through to Ulster. We were unlucky in the Ulster final. We beat Dungiven on the way. And we were unlucky in the final where we were beaten by St Eunan's Letterkenny. But again, when you think about that, sometimes you take the achievement for granted. The team that right through to an Ulster final from Clonerne, and that's really where we want to go in the future. So we could ask those boys that were involved in that squad to come up. There are medals here for you, and all the under 16s as well then to come up at the front of the stage for a photo. That's all our awards. I'll just finish up. I want to thank all the parents. I know Donal touched on it, but any of the coaches that I spoke to, I asked them to thank the parents, not just for getting the players there on time in their gear, but also for driving teams, picking teams up. You know, we know we rely heavily on you, and we really, really do appreciate it. I'd like to thank all the coaches. I know the time and the effort that they give in. They give up for this here. I maybe didn't mention the other 16 coaches, but I'll mention them now. Shea McAlinden, Paul Kelly, Barrai Mcconville, Declan Leathem, Sean, Corey, Kevin, Scullion, and wherever we can. But all the coaches throughout the club, we really, really do appreciate all the effort that you put in. Just in terms of, to finish up, we're running a 4 to 6 programme, and I'm sure for almost all, not all, but almost all the players here get through that there. We never turn away any players, but if anybody has any children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, anyway, so if you come here and you queue up, boys, they would only stick their Christmas